Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Talk About It with Miss Stephanie. Please like, share, feel free to leave comments. We are so excited to be able to air every first Thursday of the month. And today we have Rickeshia and Anna from Milk Like Mine. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So first, if you all can tell me your titles and what is Milk Like Mine?
Okay, so I'll go first. My name is Rickeshia Williams. I'm the Executive Director of Milk Like Mine. I'm also a certified birth doula, postpartum doula, childbirth educator, lactation professional, and I wear a few other hats, but we'll stop there and then we'll shoot over to Anna.
So my name is Anna Sau, and I am a certified birth doula, and I am also the team's postpartum depression counselor. That's really kind of where my heart lies, is in maternal mental health, and so we do a lot of that. So that's where I am and what I specialize in.
And Milk Like Mine is a community birthing and breastfeeding services center, so we do a lot of different services. Contrary to a lot of other centers similar to us, we do home visits as well. As I mentioned, we do childbirth education, lactation education. We do something called an empathy session for the fathers, where they get to wear a deconstructed belly and get to feel some contractions and things of that nature. We recently started offering free pregnancy testing, so every Wednesday and Friday from 1 to 3 we do free pregnancy testing, but we also do that on an appointment basis as well. They just have to call in. We have a father support group, a program for teen to young moms, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like she said, the mental health services, we do a group for that. We have our breastfeeding support group as well, and we have a monthly coalition meeting that we do.
Wow, that's amazing. And so how long has Milk Like Mine been around?
We started August of 2019 during Black Breastfeeding Week. So Black Breastfeeding Week is the last week in August of every year.
Okay. And so where are you located?
We are located at 223 East Roosevelt Avenue in Battle Creek, Michigan, 49037. So
tell us what exactly does a day of a doula look like? What are so what does that mean? Because maybe people don't even know what that means. Okay. So what kind of services do you provide during your time?
So essentially, a birth doula is somebody that's a non-medical professional. Okay. But we exist to help with physical pain, emotional stability, getting the atmosphere of the labor and delivery room correct. But one of our biggest things that we do is advocacy. At our center, we teach self-advocacy, but we make it our efforts to learn what the person's birthing plan is, so that we can advocate for them, when they're in their most vulnerable state. We also attend appointments with our clients as they see fit, and then we do postpartum visits with them somewhere between 1 to 7 days after they give birth.
Okay. And then what is there any eligibility requirements? What's the age?
Okay. So as I stated, we do a teen program, which we just revamp kind of how we do it with them. We make it a lot more fun, so that it's not feeling so much like school. So that age group is from 13 to 21, so it's teen to young moms. And then we have our broad spectrum services that kind of apply to everybody. We are disparity focused. So what is a disparity? It just means that one group of people need more help than another to make it even. Essentially, since African Americans and Black and brown women have a larger disparity gap in their births, in their deaths, in their breastfeeding, that's what it means to be disparity focused for us. That's the population that we focus on. But essentially, whoever walks into our center, if they call, whoever needs help, we show up for them just as well.
And then, is there a cost?
No. We are a nonprofit. We officially became a nonprofit in March of this year, but from the beginning of time, since we started offering services, we've never charged.
Wow, that is amazing.
Thank you.
So tell me, Anna, a little bit more about what your role is and what you would do.
So I began as a birth doula, wanting to help those mamas there in the delivery room. And then as I started to do that with my own personal experience of being a mother, and then kind of learning about other women's birth experiences, it really got me onto the road of maternal mental health.
Okay.
And looking at, a lot of the times it's called the fourth trimester, or kind of referred to it as such. And we don't put a lot of emphasis on that. Society tends to tell mothers about the birth experience, pregnancy, what to expect when you're expecting, all the 9 months of pregnancy,
Right.
what to eat, how to exercise, all those things. But we don't set them up for the changes that are going to be happening after delivery.
Okay.
So the hormone changes, what's the baby blues versus postpartum depression, even as something as serious as postpartum psychosis. We don't talk a lot about that.
Right.
And we don't give moms and even dads the ability to say, I need help.
Okay.
And so that's really where I wanted to put myself into being able to help moms and dads, the family unit, to not only have a physically successful delivery, but be able to have an emotionally and mentally successful journey after that delivery.
That is awesome. And so what is the time span of how long you stick with a person?
Really, we have begun, because we know a lot of the times parents can bring in the mental disorders or problems even before pregnancy begins.
Okay.
And so we've really tried to make that part of our childbirth education, as these are the signs you need to look out for, and kind of working with families there, but then afterward being part of their life, being a part of that postpartum journey. We know that postpartum depression can stick around anywhere from several months to a year, maybe even more. And so giving these families the resources they need to be able to have a non-judgmental safe zone, to be able to speak about things, but then also connecting them with other community resources that can go into more depth and be able to give them more help that they need.
Wow.
And she mentioned two things that I wanted to highlight. She mentioned fathers. So we also have a fathers group called Fathers Speak. Most people don't know that fathers can also suffer from a form of postpartum depression.
Wow.
And so we are creating groups that essentially give people a safe space to come and talk. For the dads, we know that men and women, they speak different languages sometimes.
Yes.
But the way that we transition into motherhood is not always the same way that they transition into fatherhood. So the Fathers Speak group was essentially created so that they can relate to one another, and then those fathers with more experience can kind of guide those who have more questions or maybe brand new to this. And in that particular group, it doesn't matter if you're a bio dad, a stepdad, a adoptive dad, a father figure. That can be an uncle, best friend, or whatever. You're welcome into that space. And we're hoping that the conversations that they are having in that space allows them to grow in their relationship with the mother of their child and with the child. My husband Mark runs that group, and he is also trained in breastfeeding education.
Wow.
So where the fathers come in and they're like, I don't know why she wants to breastfeed that baby, or I feel like I'm left out in the feeding aspect of my child, then he can teach them the importance and then teach them how to integrate themselves into that breastfeeding relationship. One of the other things that she mentioned was we kind of have a drop off. It's kind of like, hi, thanks for having your baby with us. Farewell, see you in 6 weeks. That drop off, we all experienced it. So a lot of the programs that we created have come from our own life experiences.
Wow.
So we wanted to be able to make sure that there's no drop off at that point. Milk Like Mine is essentially, she said, a safe spot. Moms, no matter what age their children are, can come into Milk Like Mine, even if they just need a giveaway. We've really made this kind of a family business as well. My daughter's certified in babysitting, so if they bring their older children and they just need a mommy space to get away or a dad space to get away, bring them older kids. Don't let that be a barrier.
Wow. That is absolutely, what a treasure we have and Milk Like Mine. So tell the listening audience, what is the address and even the website if they want to have more information about Milk Like Mine?
All right, so our web address is www.milklikemine.com. We are also on Facebook and Instagram at Milk Like Mine. And our physical address is 223 East Roosevelt Avenue. But we are available 24 hours a day via the phone if you call us at 269-280-2669, or if you want to call the center directly, you can call 269-234-5908.
I love that. And the purpose of Let's Talk About It at Willard Library is to show the community different resources and organizations that we have available for the community, because we have so many great things, but they're all like hidden treasures. No one really knows. And so that was the goal of us being here. So that being said, how can the community support what you're doing since you're a nonprofit organization?
So of course, since we are free of service all the time, and we do try to step up for families where they need us, sometimes that means that we're digging into our own pockets to do so. We recently created a fundraiser for Milk Like Mine, and that can be found on our website and found on our Facebook and Instagram. And donating, every little bit counts. If you donated $2, it would be greatly appreciated. And you can do so by scanning the QR code or clicking the link that is there.
I am so grateful for what you all are doing. And I will say, just recently, I had an opportunity to go to the hospital. One of our members was having a baby, and Rickeshia was there in her role as a doula, and she did an amazing job. It's been, just a few years since I had a baby, so I didn't have a lot of wisdom, some experience, but it was just refreshing having her there, helping her, seeing how she was just walking the parents through the process, even the family members, talking to the nurse. And so I was really impressed at the few minutes that I was able to see you interact with the parents. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And be sure to contact Milk Like Mine. It will make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.